All right, sure.
What was the best live camming software? Sunday. Welcome to the Web Crawlers Pod live show.
Is my thing
Welcome.
backwards?
No, it's not.
Nope.
Okay, good to know.
Hello.
Hello,
Oops, I
and
gotta
welcome
record.
to. Oh fuck! Oh my god, I'm not recording either.
Oh, I'm recording the Zoom.
Do you want us to record the GarageBand too, or no?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's better audio. Just for the
Okay.
upload.
Testing.
I forgot what we were
Testing,
doing.
testing.
Wow, sneak behind the curtain.
A little
Podcasting
BTS.
world. No, I don't want to download any new GarageBand sounds.
No.
This is so
thank you.
exciting. Happy Friday, everybody.
Oh, happy Friday.
Hey.
I'm drinking a Diet Root Beer. This live show is sponsored by A&W Root Beer, Diet Root Beer, the best diet root beer in the business. Every purchase of an A&W Diet Root Beer, 50 cents will go to the Rep Crawlers Pod.
what are
That
you
is
drinking, Melissa?
confirmed. I'm drinking pop.
Oh my god.
I'm drinking a Coca-Cola because it's Friday. And you know what? Why not?
Gotta get down.
Mm-hmm.
That's strong Diet Root Beer. Sometimes the fizz really gets to you right in the eye.
Ooh, I love it.
Right in the glass eye. Sometimes that fizz just goes straight to your glass eye.
Oh, Melissa, we gotta put this on. You gotta put it on gallery view.
Oh, you're the speaker view, gallery view. It is.
Not when I'm looking on YouTube right now.
Oh, that's weird. It's on gallery view on mine.
Emily says, "Hi, Maria. Hi." And Rachel says, "We look great."
I don't even see it on the live. I don't even see it live on the.
It is. Shoot, maybe. I mean, you're the host. So
What do I do?
wonder
Because it's
if-
on. Oh, wait, hold on.
Do you have gallery view? It should
I
be
have it-
through mine though.
I have it on gallery view.
Well, I might have to maybe
51 people are watching, just so you know.
Oh,
so
there
it's
it is. It's gallery view.
Great. I knew we'd get there.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see it at all. So
Are you on the YouTube?
Why not?
YouTube.com/webcrawlers, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there now. Oh, it showed for a second. Now it's not.
They're loving your overalls, Melissa.
Thank you.
I'm so bummed. I want to see what people are saying.
Well, they're saying you don't want
It's
to see
not
what they're
working.
saying, honestly.
Yeah,
They're
you
free. They're
don't want
Is it
to
about
know.
my
no, it's
voice
like
again?
really, it's horrible.
It's bad. It's really bad. Oh, God.
really, really bad. You
It's
don't want to
really,
see this.
really bad.
It's bad. Oh, God.
It's like vile.
Bimbos.
Oh, shit. So, oh, no, now I'm like uploading. Oh, God, I'm playing every video we have. Oh, God, make it stop. Okay, so should we let someone in? You guys have been waiting in this room for a while.
Yes, we're going to let someone in right now.
gonna put on
And
some
his
lipstick.
name is Adam. Adam.
Hi.
Adam.
Right in. I didn't expect that. Ugh.
Expect the unexpected when it comes to the web crawlers.
Oh, goodness.
Yes.
Let me, one moment. Let me pause my television.
Go for it.
Oh no, what are you
There we
watching?
go.
Shark Tank?
Shark Week. No, that was
Is it
last week.
Shark Week,
Oh.
isn't it? Oh, last week.
Mike Tyson punched a shark.
Is that true?
Are you
No,
drinking a
not
Diet Root Beer? The official drink of web crawlers? Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Bright orange.
What is that good?
I love it.
Mm.
Okay.
Touch regular Bud Light.
Okay. I
So
like
Adam,
Bud Light.
what's up? Welcome.
Not much. I've been watching these live shows. They're fun.
Where are you calling
you.
from?
New Hampshire.
New
Oh.
Hampshire.
Where
Live
is
free or
that?
die.
It's 69 in Vermont.
Oh, sick.
Oh, okay. I can see it now. I see it. It's the two. Okay, thank you.
I see it too. Do you have a comment, suggestion, ghost story, any kind of story for us?
I've never had any experience like that except for sleep paralysis, which isn't,
Ooh.
it's not supernatural. It's just your body playing a dumb trick on you, which sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
You
one
have
way
the
to look at it.
vibe of like a Bostonian.
Yeah, I'm originally
Very close.
You're from where?
New York City, originally Queens.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
I feel that. I feel that energy.
Is it Ray's original or original Ray's?
I don't go in for Rays. New Park,
Okay.
Queens. That's what I go in
Okay.
for.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry.
So did you, when you had
Um,
sleep paralysis, did you see the hag, the evil hag?
No, that's the thing is, so after I had it, and it sucked, I watched that documentary on it called The Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Expecting what I wanted was like a scientist to be like, hey, this is why this happens. And instead it was all stories about people seeing demons, which I didn't see. I was just frozen, and it was like there was a sense of dread, but I didn't actually see anything.
Right.
Yeah, it was just real creepy.
Yeah, that was
Huh.
kind of my experience. Or I had all those weird like vines growing on top of me. Like I didn't see a thing in the corner. It was just like it was a weird, you couldn't, I think I remember reading about why it like scientifically happens. And it's because like your brain hasn't connected to your body yet.
Yes, like part of you is awake, but not fully. Like you are,
Yeah.
your brain is still like, no, you're not. Something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's cool.
Well,
That's
pretty
fun.
wild.
The thing I thought I would share,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Cryptid map. There's a United
No.
map that has each state
Oh.
cryptid.
Oh my
And
God.
Oh, I
yes,
think
some
I
of them
might
are
have seen that. And there's
of
stories.
them are
People
really
write
lame.
stories.
because there's 50 states and there's not 50 fake things.
Okay,
so some of them
well,
are kind of made up.
Well, like the melon heads.
agree to disagree. Agree to disagree.
I'll give you
Oh my
the one
God.
from New Hampshire.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Please.
It's called the Dover Jazz Ghost.
Oh, I like it. I like it
Hampshire's
already.
a town where I lived for a couple of years. It's right next to where I live now.
Are they just ghosts that do this? No.
I
Adam's
have
like,
here-
no, they're not.
I'll cold read for you about the Dover Jazz Ghost.
Cool. Yes,
and
could
how
give
it
us a
is
cold read.
decrypted. Here we
Okay.
go. A young woman newly relocated to Dover, New Hampshire in the 1960s was at a jazz club late one night, saw a man dressed in black and carrying a saxophone staring at her from the shadows. When the woman returned home, she saw the man again sitting on a neighbor's lawn. Later that night, she heard sax music and looked out to see the same man on the neighbor's lawn now playing his sax. After
Ooh.
a neighbor of the disturbance, the neighbor said that her brother was a musician and would often sit out on her lawn and play his sax. He had tragically died 3 years before.
Oh no.
And that's
Holy
the cryptid
shit.
of New Hampshire. One
Sax
lady saw a
ghost.
ghost in the 60s.
Where do ghosts get the oxygen to play the saxophone? Is the crazy thing.
Good question.
Can't pull that thread.
That's where I.
You punch
it
That's
hole.
why I'm the brains of this operation. Anyways, thank you so much. This has been. We're gonna have to look at this cryptid map. That's a great next
Yeah.
step. Somebody write that down.
Oh, sure.
Adam, thank you so much. Adam, yes.
Adam.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in. We love you.
Thank you. Take care.
You
Thanks,
too.
Adam.
Bye.
Oh, and I want to shout out everyone who has Venmo'd us so far.
Yeah.
Starting with, there were some this morning that was
This
so
morning.
nice. Yeah, it started at like 9 a.m. I started.
Oh,
Oh
getting
shout
my
out to
God, they were
Tyler.
afraid. They were afraid that we weren't going to do it if we didn't get enough.
Well, I love that cold hard cash, you know. Well, I'll just start from right now. Thank you to Lauren Merrill, who paid $20. That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Cece, Rachel, Emily, Heather, Lee, Nicholas, Dylan, Shayna, a lot of people giving $10, which I can't
Oh my
even-
Shayna's
God.
in the waiting room. We're gonna let Shayna in
Hell
let's
yeah.
fucking let Shayna in.
because Shayna. Aw.
So, Sarah in the chat said, I think that's just Lisa Simpson, not a sax playing Cryptid. She also said you look like a sexy French mime.
Jillian says, "Hey, skinny legends.
Skinny
You look
legend.
like you work for Lauren Conrad or something, Allie, with your
Ooh,
background."
Lauren Conrad works for me, bitch.
Shayna?
I once met
Shay-
a girl named Shayna, and suddenly the
Shayna?
name
Shayna's
has
connecting
never felt
to
the
audio.
same to me. Oh,
Oh, Shayna has her
Shayna.
audio and video off. You might have to turn those two on. You might want to turn those on.
Maria, what are your Jillian says, Maria, what are your
Wait,
favorite
Guy
colors?
Fieri.
Oh
Welcome to
my
Flavor
god.
Town.
Welcome to Flavor Town, baby.
Hold on. Wait, no, put it back on. I want to take a picture. Hold on. Holy shit. Thank you. That is amazing.
That was my Halloween costume last year.
Are
That's
you
amazing.
serious?
I had
Oh
like a
my
shirt
God.
with flames. It was a
Oh,
lot.
it's good.
I was also Guy Fieri. I don't think it
Really?
was last year. It was the year. Yeah, it was Guy Fieri for Halloween.
It's a great
yeah.
costume.
Yeah, you got it. Well, I was Girl Fieri, but I wore, it was my normal hair, but then I had a, what are they called? I had his like facial hair, and then
His
I was
goatee.
wearing, his goatee, yeah, and a big flame shirt and Ray-Bans.
Dumb sunglasses, yes.
Yeah. Oh, so
Big dumb
what a
sunglasses.
world. Shayna coming in hot.
Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
Oh.
Hello
And
to all
Shayna's
the
big on the
other-
Discord.
Yeah, I love the Discord. 'cause
Oh,
I wake up for
yes.
it.
Oh,
All
are
my-
you Shea Club? Are you part of the Shea Club?
Yeah, part of the Shea Club.
Oh, the
yeah,
Shea
I
Club.
I
Okay.
had like green hair, but right now it's bleached.
Oh,
so
yes, yes.
Okay.
Hello.
I
Got it,
know
got
my
it, got it.
troubles now.
Well, welcome. We love the Discord. What
I
what
went
did
off in the
you-
Discord this morning. I was full of
did.
rage. Ooh, I was yelling at no one but myself.
I honestly thought Melissa was going to quit web crawlers over Mark.
I
was
haven't felt that much rage. I didn't know what to do with myself.
I've seen her rageful though, because when Melissa's on the basketball court and someone wrongs her,
basketball,
there's
yes.
a switch goes off
Yes.
and there's no getting to her.
Really?
Yeah, that's yes, that's true.
She's gone. But off
I
the
have
court, I've
anger
never seen it.
problems.
I have anger
too.
problems.
This is why I take the Lexapro.
That's why I take the Prozac. Shay,
Anyway.
what's your story, question, comment, or concern?
Literally, I just popped in to wear a Guy Fieri mask and say hi.
Oh my God.
That's great.
I
Honestly,
feel like
you know,
not-
it's gonna be the best.
Not
caller of the night,
one
probably.
thing has happened to me for months. So
Listen,
Well, thank
that
you.
works for us. Well, thank you for doing that, making our night, and
Yeah.
thank you for being so active in the Discord. You're like one of our moderators. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Y'all have a
Thanks,
good
Shayna.
You're like whatever.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
So
Oh my
many
God, I love that.
shades.
Yeah. To elaborate, yeah, Melissa updated the episode with some fact finding, and we might do a little update also.
I
as
just
well.
couldn't. I just, when I heard that he put it on his own YouTube and that he's like, it already has a couple thousand views and like he makes money from his YouTube. And I just
Well-
put facts in there. I was like, no, this is actually how a vacuum works. It's not.
On the chat, Melissa, they're saying David is telling everyone to go to the Flat Guy's YouTube video and hit it with a copyright strike so it gets taken down.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there's about to be an army of
Yes.
Wow, the
bimbos.
web crawlers army.
The bimbo army.
They don't know
We have an
when a group
army.
of bimbos. When a group of bimbos
We're like,
gets
what's
together.
her face in Game of Thrones with the dragons? We have the bimbos.
That's so crazy. I was literally going to do my background as Leela?
Hi.
Leela?
You had it
Leela?
right. It's Leela.
Leela.
Yeah.
Leela.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good. Let me change all the gallery view.
I love
Hi.
your glasses and you look cool.
Thanks. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
It
god,
was
and that's a
amazing.
ukulele chord chart behind you. Allie,
Yes.
get into it.
I
You play the
have been
ukulele?
Not well.
But I mean,
I
you know
don't-
how.
I can't
little
play
bit,
it at
yeah.
all. I bought a ukulele 5 years ago, and I, no joke, have been trying to tune it for 5 years, and I get so frustrated. I just keep giving up.
Oh yeah, she's been sitting in the corner of my room with my guitar that I've had for about 11 years. So like, I feel that. I understand.
I've got
Yeah.
my ukulele right there.
Oh my goodness.
We
That's
need
so
to start a
exciting.
band.
I have a
Oh my God.
mandolin. Does that count?
Well, there you
That's-
go. Then
have a
we're
mandolin?
basically a band.
You-
Yeah, it's like a violin.
Honestly,
I play the
I can't
mandolin.
wait.
I don't know.
That's insane.
Oh my gosh.
So do you have a question, story, comment, or concern?
Where are you
or all the
calling
above?
from?
Oh, I'm
First.
calling from New York City.
Oh,
From Manhattan.
Ooh.
Yes.
The
Concrete
Big
jungle
Apple.
where dreams are made of.
Concrete jungle, wet dream tomato.
Wet dream tomato.
But I called in because last week I commented that I was going to talk about the 2 serial killers from my small hometown.
Yes.
And
yes.
and when I did some research earlier because I realized I was younger and one of them I wasn't alive for, so I wanted to like make sure I had all the facts. And I was talking to my roommate about it, and I wanted to call my mom about one of them because she was 14 or 13 or something like that when the first one happened. And then I realized that when the one that I was alive for happened, I was also 14. So
Holy shit.
like me and my mom just have this weird bond. I didn't get to call. She didn't answer my phone call, so I see how it is.
Fuck you, Mom.
I am from a small town in Gaffney, South Carolina, called Gaffney, South Carolina. It's about an hour south of Charlotte. The only things we're famous for, we were in House of Cards. It's where Frank Underwood's from. We have a big peach water tower.
Ooh.
And Andy McDowell's from there. So that's like all the exciting things.
Oh,
Very
okay.
So yeah.
Love her.
But the first one is the Gaffney Strangler, and I grew up hearing stories about him. His name was Leroy Martin, and he killed 4 women. He killed 2 grown women and then 2 teenage girls
Holy
in
shit.
1967 and 1968. The first one, the first 3 he strangled and raped.
God.
The first one's husband was arrested and convicted because she like
Oh
he
no.
like waited he waited the longest after her to start again. But he got arrested and convicted and sentenced to 18 years in prison and like got sent to prison. And then
Wow.
I wrote notes because I was panicking. So the third victim, who was 14 years old, a 14-year-old girl, she was killed on the February 8th of 1968. And then the same day he called this man who was currently the editor, that at the time the editor of the big town paper.
Yeah.
And he gave him the locations of the first 2 bodies, and then called again 4 days later and said that there would be more killings and like warned them that there would be more killings.
Oh,
And I didn't realize this, but I knew that editor when I was a kid. He was the
No.
yeah, he was the father of the director of like the local theater. And so like I worked with his son all the time and he would come and, like help out. But like I knew this man and he's written a book about it.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
The fourth victim was grabbed when she was with her sister and like stuffed into a car. It was like a really quick kind of thing.
Oh my God.
So she like gave the description of the car. And there were 2 like just local men that had heard the description and were just like kind of keep like patrolling the city like outside of the police. And they saw the car and they found out later that where the car was, that is where he had dumped the last body. And he was caught at the end of the month. But he wasn't given the death penalty because he was not given he gave all the locations of the bodies, but he wasn't given adequate counsel. So they couldn't.
Oh, come on.
Cops ruined everything.
Well, he got
Ugh.
4 life sentences. And then he was
wow.
sent to he was sent to a prison in Columbia, which is the capital in the middle of the state. So he was sent to a prison.
Oh, I was thinking like Colombia, like out of the country. I was
Sent
like,
out of the
God.
United States.
Ooh la la.
You fuck up bad enough, we send it to Columbia. But he was stabbed in 1972 by a fellow inmate. So he didn't even get to live out like 4 years of his sentence. Like,
Did he die? Did he die from being stabbed?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But apparently he had, they thought he was just going after young women, but apparently he had split personalities. He like said himself that he had split personalities and a violent one that would like take over like him and take control of him. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I wanted to get my mom's like input on this because she was like around the age of two of the girls that were killed.
That's
Oh,
so
shit.
scary.
She didn't answer my phone call, so we didn't get to hear from her.
Well,
Damn.
snooze you lose, Mom.
Right. But the second one, I was also 14. This was 2009.
Oh my God.
He's labeled a spree killer, but we didn't know at the time, like if he was a serial killer. We didn't know what the motive was.
Yeah.
The first one was a peach farmer who was the grandfather of a friend of mine. He and his wife were at their house. He walked up and like talked to them about buying hay from them. And then he left. And then the wife left to go to the store or something. And then he came back and shot the farmer. And
Damn.
And
Why?
it's still unclear.
He likes
Still
to kill.
don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they later found out he had a 25-page long criminal record.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this whole thing lasted 6 days, by the way. It's like the middle of
Oh.
summer in South
Oh,
Carolina,
wow.
hot as balls, and we're all afraid of a serial killer. It was a moment.
Holy shit.
It was a thing.
It was
Yeah.
a thing. We were on like national news, and like we're tiny town.
Oh.
We don't do that. We don't get on
Oh
national
my
news for
God.
anything.
No.
And then the second was a woman who was 83 years old, and her daughter who was
Oh.
50. He tied them up and killed them. Unclear why.
God.
Yeah. And then the last one's the craziest. So there was a guy, he had an appliance store, furniture and appliance store, and he was there. I don't remember I think he was there alone, and he came in and he tied him up in his office and shot him.
Oh my God.
And then his daughter came to check on him. She was 2 years older than me. She had gone on a few trips with our church. And so I like kind of knew her.
No.
Oh,
He shot her too, and then left for whatever reason.
God.
And she actually she lived for a couple of days. She was in the hospital, and then she passed away, unfortunately. But he also like went into a realty office of a guy that my parents knew. He went into the Ace Hardware locally and was like caught on surveillance camera walking through, and my friend's mom worked there. Like it was
Holy
everybody
fuck,
was
man.
on the lookout for this big Ford Explorer. But it ended up in a shootout in North Carolina, in a place called Dallas, North Carolina, which is like an hour away.
No
but
way.
You got
And
Columbia, you got Dallas. Make up your
I know.
mind, you know?
What I don't get about like killers like that, like serial killers like that, is when they use a gun, like, and it's like, well, if you enjoy killing, like that's all you want to do is like pull a trigger. You know what I mean? Like
Go to
it's
the
just
shooting
weird
range.
to me that like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Or go hunting.
Yeah.
Like if you want to kill
Yes.
something living, go hunting. We're in the
Yeah.
South. It's hunting country. But yeah,
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me that like urge to kill and the way you kill is to just go like,
yeah. And
Yeah,
that was
you-
how they traced it back to him, was that they had this shootout with police, and he ended up shooting a cop in the leg, and then they shot
Oh,
him, and
God.
he died. And then they took
God.
ballistics and compared them to the killings in Gaffney, and that was how they like linked him to the 5 crimes. And yeah. But the building where the last 2 victims were shot, the guy and his daughter, my dad owns it now, and that's where his business is, and his office is where they got shot, and I don't like to go in
No.
there.
Do you
Oh,
think it's haunted?
I wouldn't doubt it. I don't spend enough time in there to know. So
Holy shit.
yeah, I specifically don't like going in his office. Like there's like a big patch of
Sure.
carpet missing. And
Oh
yeah.
my
Oh.
God.
Oh, where the blood stain is just a square.
Yeah, I remember because he was the first, because like the building
The
was on
outline
the
of a
market.
body.
It was on the market forever because nobody wanted it specifically for that reason.
Yeah.
He bought it probably like 6 years later, maybe.
Oh my God. I
Something
would
like
buy a
that.
house, a murder house or a haunted house. I would
Yeah,
do
that's I can see that for you.
that. Yeah.
So for some reason that doesn't surprise me.
That makes it, that all adds up. Oh my God. Well,
But yeah.
Thank you so much. This
Yeah,
is
thank
a
you.
crazy story. I have
Yeah.
some follow-up questions for Maria, but thank you for
I
leading
see
us
the
on
chat.
that
I see
path.
what they're saying about me.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much,
So
Leela.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
So
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
would you
I
want
know.
to, I understand what you're saying. I would want to be like Hannibal Lecter. Like if I wanted
Yeah,
to
if
kill
you're gonna
someone,
kill,
I'd,
like, you want to like physically
I'd,
kill
like, get
someone
into
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does seem weird.
understand. It's like it seems like a lot to put on the line just so you could pull a trigger.
Yeah, Nate says
Yeah.
Maria needs to see the light go out in a man's eyes. No, I get what you're saying. That it's
Well,
weird.
thank you.
I get it too.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
I wouldn't. Yeah, like a gun isn't how I'd kill someone.
I would strangle Mark Sargent. Like I wouldn't just shoot him.
No,
Like, I would just
Melissa,
strangle.
I
I'm
can't-
kidding.
Take that
I'm
off
this
the
is-
record.
kidding.
This is the
Joking.
for the ages. This is the duel, a duel that I'd like to see. Maria,
Oh, another Maria.
that's yes.
Maria!
Oh, wait, let me pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Where are you?
Maria does forensics. Or
Yeah,
she's studying
criminal
homicide and
justice.
forensic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in Iowa.
Oh,
Ooh.
Iowa.
Not very-
Iowa's
Been to
beautiful.
Iowa.
It is. It is beautiful sometimes. Some parts of it.
Like it can be beautiful.
Can be.
Do you have a question, comment, concern, all of the above?
I have a ghost story.
Ooh, yes.
Tell us.
Okay, so I used to live in Savannah in Georgia for like half a year. I went to school there. And
Nice.
Savannah is really haunted. Like historically, it's like one of the most haunted towns in America. That's what they say. Like who knows? But
Yeah.
I lived in a
I
dorm,
believe it.
and one of my friends was Native American, and her mom was like a healer. She was like a Native American healer.
Wow.
And one day she came into my room and she was like, "This is a bad room. Like I would hate to live in here. Like there's something bad about this room." And I obviously took her seriously because it seems like she would know. And I was
Sure.
like, "What do I do?" Like, you know.
Oh,
And then a couple weeks later, I was asleep. It was the middle of the night, and I had like a little shelf next to my bed that had like a bowl on it and a fork inside the bowl. And the bowl was pushed back against the wall, and there was stuff in front of it. And I like woke up in the middle of the night to like this loud crash, and the bowl was shattered like in the middle of the room, probably like 10 feet away from my bed. And I was like
my
half
God.
asleep, so I didn't really think a lot about it. You know, I was like half asleep. I was like, maybe I knocked it on the ground. And then I
Yeah.
got back into bed, and the fork was like on my pillow, like
What?
like tucked in, like under my covers. And then I like started to think, and I was like, I could not have knocked the bowl over because there was stuff in front of it on the shelf. And I was like, it was so scary. I couldn't go back to bed. And then I dropped out of college.
And then I refused to go to college.
I didn't go back. There was a hurricane, and then I never went back. So
Fuck
Oh
it.
my God,
Fuck
that
it.
is so scary.
Wow.
I actually had something like that happen once where I had a hanging planter on my window. And then one day I came home and my planter was in the middle of my room.
Oh yeah,
I,
I remember you telling us
I
that.
I told you
remember
about
that.
And I was like, I don't know how that happened or why that, but I like dismissed it. And then it was like a few weeks later, I was like, that was weird. Actually,
Yeah.
that was a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fucking nuts. People are
Wow.
loving the ending of you just never going back to that school.
I didn't. It was awful, and I left. So
Yeah, it was a perfect ending. Oh my God, Maria, thank you so much for calling in with that story.
Yeah.
I loved it. And also we're matching.
yeah. Oh my God.
Matching
It's
names,
perfect.
matching shirts.
Yeah.
Matching. I
Hair
got nothing.
colors. Yeah, you guys got nothing.
I got
What's
nothing.
on your leg, Melissa?
Leg?
Oh, I thought that was like a bandage.
No, so these are pants.
Oh,
This is a dinosaur drinking a
A pina
cocktail.
colada
Yeah.
and it's raining.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Maria.
Thank you,
Thank
Maria. Bye. That's crazy, man. I believe that shit. What is Melissa's
Man.
Pistol Shrimps basketball number? People want to know.
Oh, I'm number 3.
Okay.
there she is.
And then someone else earlier, Maria, wanted to know what your favorite colors were.
Mine.
Yeah.
I like a mint green. I like pastels. I like
Ooh.
a royal
millennial
blue.
pink.
Maria.
Why so serious?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I like all colors.
That's beautiful.
Oh, you guys, do you want to say what's going
yeah.
on with your store?
Yeah, so at our store right now, at our online store, you can go there at hothorse.horse if you're nasty, or webcrawlerspod.com. We are having a sale. Melissa, what's our sale?
20% off everything if you use the code LIVE.
Yes, that's LIVE, live or live, but
Or I like to say live in French.
live, 20% off anything in the shop. That burp
All right,
sealed
guys.
the deal.
Sydney's coming in.
Sydney.
Sydney.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I'm okay, you know.
Where,
Drove home. It's like, yeah. It's like,
where are you?
Where am I? I live outside of Atlanta, but I work on the other side of Atlanta than I live. So,
Wow.
Is that a riddle?
is that what?
I said, is that a
riddle.
riddle?
It could be, but it's not. Unintentional riddle.
Do you have a question, comment, concern, story, something exciting or not exciting to share?
So I have a story, and it's kind of a ghost story, but also might
sick.
not be. So
we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my brother and I used to go camping with my grandparents in state parks, and we lived in Ohio. And then my aunt, my uncle, and our cousins would go too. And so one day our grandma was like, here's some money, go to the camp store and like buy some stuff, because we were probably getting on their nerves. So they're like, go somewhere else. We went, and my brother bought a whistle, and he decided that his new hobby was going to be to stand around the campsite and whistle. And every time
Oh God, this is already
whistle,
scary to me.
a bird or something responded to him, like without no beat. Like he'd whistle and it would respond. And so then my uncle and my grandpa told him, if you keep doing that, the Tiki Man is going to get you, because that's how he lured children into the woods, is with these whistles and these communications. Then he'll lure you into the woods. And so we keep going about our business. My brother is still whistling and communicating with this entity in the woods. And then our aunt comes to the campsite, and she says that she was listening to the news the other day and heard reports of this man who was luring kids into the woods and murdering them.
No.
Looking for these people. They're looking for this.
Oh my God, Maria! Craig just walked by in the background right as you said that. I hate it. Okay, sorry, continue.
No, you're good. And so at this point, we're all like freaked out, and we're trying to be careful at night and like not stray too far away from the campsite, because we don't want to get murdered by the Tiki Man. So we're all sitting around the campfire one night, and we always get my uncle to tell us ghost stories. My other older cousin and I were like, we really wanted a ghost story, even though we were all like scared witless by this like mysterious person in the woods. And so he starts telling the story, and then all of a sudden we hear somebody walking up toward our campsite from the woods. And so my uncle grabs the flashlight from under his camp chair, and he shines it in the woods, and it lands on a face. But the catch is, my grandpa and my uncle built a Tiki Man out of a rake, a paper plate, and some flannel shirt, put it in the woods just to scare us.
No,
oh my God, that
really
is so
crazy.
Like,
That's
jumped out of his
demented.
chair. And so we still tell the story because it embarrasses my brother, and so that's really the fun of it.
Oh my God, that is so
Wait, you know what the
fucked up.
craziest part of the story is? Your aunt coming up and being like, yeah, there's a guy murdering kids in the
They
woods.
her to do that. They called her before she came to tell her to lie to us.
I
about
know,
the
and she
murderer.
was like, yeah, I'll lie to some kids about a murderer killing kids.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
no
was
worries.
scary,
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
but good memory.
That's
I guess.
great. You have a fun family. The family that scares together stays together.
Yeah.
That's true. That's what they say.
Oh my God, amazing.
Well,
Y'all are
thank you,
great.
Sydney. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You're
for
welcome. I listen to you on my hour-and-a-half drive every day.
Every
Get
day.
Cross. How many
Most
miles
days,
per
yeah.
hour are you going, and how many miles is it?
And Melissa,
I'm
that's
going
too
between
intimate.
Melissa.
Trying to solve the
Yeah,
riddle.
that's too
5
intimate.
and 85 miles per hour.
And if a train
Times
was coming
0.
at you at the other direction,
Oh my
okay,
God.
No.
never
Free
mind.
Sydney. Free Sydney from Melissa
Okay,
Terror.
go.
All right, Sydney. Well, thank you so much.
You're
Thank
free to
you.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're ready to go about your Friday. I gotta turn on another light. It's getting a little dark in here.
Yeah, it is getting dark in there.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Someone says, and then Maria says, but Allie, Craig isn't home.
Wait,
Ooh.
how weird does my video look right now? It looks
Oh my god, that looks like someone else's hand.
No! That looks weird. It looks like a man's arm, like
He's
reaching in.
He's holding the microphone for me.
It's our good friend Daniel.
Daniel!
Hi.
Hi!
How's it going, guys?
Ooh,
Great, how's it
sexy.
going with
Hi.
you?
Good.
Daniel's-
How are you?
Daniel's keeping the Discord alive and well.
Like
tell you that
single-handedly
much.
keeping it alive. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a
thank
very
you.
sad and lonely person. Yeah,
That's hot.
No.
Yeah, we all are.
just very online and working from home, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
you're
everyone
very
doing?
online. Great,
very
how are
How
you?
are you?
Okay.
You're so
Yeah.
online.
Yeah. No, I wanted to call. I feel bad to like call in twice, but I had another story that I thought was good, and I thought this time if I really
Please.
like medicated myself beforehand, I might actually be able to tell it well and like. So
It's crazy how many people self-medicate before they come on these live shows.
Yeah.
I like it.
Look, you guys are
why
very,
not?
cool and intimidating. So,
Tell that to
I'm
Mark.
not.
Tell that to Mark.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
I will.
What's your story? Please indulge us.
So I've mentioned this convent that I worked at, but I also like had some experiences in the house that I grew up in. And so I have notes because I didn't want to like botch the telling of this and forget something. But so the house I grew up in was my great uncle's house. And so when he and his wife died, my dad bought it from his estate. And my great aunt Kate, who was his wife, she died in the house. And so anytime we would hear or see something weird as a kid, my mom would always say, like really nonchalantly, oh, it's probably just Aunt Kate. Like she never really liked children, and like doesn't like that you're in the house kind of thing.
God.
And so
Sorry, it's just Aunt Kate. She hated kids.
she will kill you if given the chance. So like, so my parents are both really Catholic, and like my mom is Guatemalan. So like, I think all of that kind of informed her. And so she was always talking about like demons and spirits when we were kids. And I think that was kind of like part of what led her to say things like that. But the one place where I would see a lot of stuff was in the attic of this house, which it wasn't finished when my dad got it. But he was like an architect and engineer, and he turned it into like a finished space, but it was only like a half story. So like in the middle of the attic, like the ceiling was like a sloped thing under the gable. And when you would go up the stairs, it was one big room, but it kind of functioned like two separate spaces. So on the right-hand side, you had like a family room with like a TV and a couch and a little fireplace. And on the other side was like my dad's drafting table and like a computer table and this really big loom, because my mom was like really into like knitting and like wool.
Oh, wow.
And
Sounds
stuff
like a
that.
nice little space.
It was
Yeah,
a
it sure
nice little
does.
space.
Sure does.
Yeah, I'm really trying to the geography
Oh,
of
you
it's important.
you painted a
It
picture
looks-
that
I wanna
will
live
stick
there.
in my mind
They still
for
live
years
there,
to
so
come.
one of these days,
Yeah.
sell it. Yeah. But so I shared a really small room with my brother until like he was in college. Like it was like 9 by 13. So we did most of our like playing up there as kids. And I don't remember when it started, but for several years, I started seeing things on the left side of this attic behind this giant loom. I mean, it was like pretty big, especially for like a kid. So like one time I swear I saw, and this is gonna sound so stupid, I swear I saw E.T. behind the loom, but like that part of the movie where he's like all sick and like white, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like, you know, in hindsight, it's probably just like I was traumatized and I saw that movie too young. And so that's like pretty easy to write off. But the thing that like really stuck with me was that I would always see this little boy back there, and he had shaggy red hair, and he was always like wearing the same outfit, like these overalls with a striped shirt.
Chucky.
Oh yeah, is that what Chucky wears? Maybe I saw that too, and that influenced
Overalls?
it. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I'm an idiot. None of this happened.
No.
Keep going.
Is that what
Keep
Chucky
going.
looks like?
Oh no. So, but he was like, he seemed shy. Like he didn't seem menacing. He was always like kind of hiding, like kind of peeking out from behind the loom in the shadows. Never said anything to me, whatever. And you know, I think maybe this happened from the ages of like 5 to 8 or 5 to 10. And so, and then it stopped at some point, and I just never really talked about it. And like years later, when I was in my early 20s, I was at this family get together, and I overheard my brother having a conversation with one of my mom's cousins. And they're talking about like aliens and the paranormal. And I think this cousin of my mom's was like talking about some time when he like smoked a cigarette and then like lost a couple of hours with his friend. Like it was like a moment later and it was 3 hours. And he was like, it's crazy. I think we were abducted. And I was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. And so then it's my brother's turn, and he starts mentioning this red haired boy that he used to play with in the attic.
No way.
And I was
Stop.
like, wait a minute. I got really mad. I was like, I never.
Was that the boy you saw?
That's him. That's uncanny. I think he had a hat or something. I don't know.
He was like old timey.
Honestly, the stripes were more like Allie's shirt. I feel like it was a black and white thing, but I don't know.
It was a French mime.
He was. He could have been a
French
French
red-haired French mime.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on a minute. So what happened? This is freaking me out. So you and your brother used to play with this ghost and no one talked about it?
But well, they didn't know each other.
Yeah, we never talked about it. So because like I'm hearing him talk about this story, and I'm like, how the fuck? Like I'm getting mad. I'm like, he's stealing my one really good ghost story, my like creepy imaginary friend. And so I jump into the conversation, and that was like the moment where I was like, wait a minute. And like every time I like write this story down or like tell it, I get like really like scared still at that moment where it's like, hang on a second, like you saw this kid, and he's like, yeah. And he like claims that he played with him, that they did things together, but that he never talked, like he never said a word. And so I don't know if the reason why he was always like looking at me was that he was like, you know, because we would it was never like, oh, that's my side and that's his side if we were splitting up to play. Like, I wonder if the kid was like looking for my brother kind of thing because they had this relationship.
I wonder why he liked your brother more than you.
I don't know. He's just more approachable.
What do you think it is in kids that don't, like, you wouldn't say, hey, there's like a random kid in the living room?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right here. Yeah, kids are stupid.
Kids are weird.
I mean, I was a very weird, stupid kid, and like I feel like I was always really nervous and afraid of everything.
Yeah.
And that was probably because my mom was telling me there were demons and I was going to hell all the time. You know, but like
and your dead aunt hates you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's that.
That's scary, man. That's
so
freaky. Well,
creepy.
you need to figure out if the kid died in that house.
I did look into it, and the only thing I could find, my uncle and aunt were the second owners of the house. They moved in like 1951 or 52, and it was built in like 42 or 43. And the couple that lived there before, and this is going to sound fake, I couldn't find any evidence that they had a kid that died in the house, but they were very young. I found all these newspaper articles about them. They were very young. She worked for the federal government in DC, and he worked at the University of Maryland as a professor, and he taught like agricultural sciences. They left and they went to Purdue. I think he got a job at Purdue. So they moved there and they left after having only been in the house for a few years. They were very young. Once they were in Illinois or wherever Purdue is, they had some kids. She lived to be 103 and didn't die until 2014. But I found her obituary. And in the photo on her obituary, she has red hair And you know, I mean, old people dye their hair. That's like a trope. So like, you know, who knows? But I was like,
Sure.
okay, well, that's kind of interesting. And like, I don't know. I mean, there's no direct thing that I could find when doing the research about it. Like, so you know,
She had a
it's
secret
very-
botched miscarriage in the house. She had a secret abortion in the house, and that
Or-
kid.
I mean,
is-
it was back in the 40s.
Yeah, maybe they had a kid that died young, and that's why they
Yeah.
wanted to leave. You know, because they just wanted to get out of that house and get rid of them. I mean, that's, you know, I can't prove that that's what happened, but that was sort of my
Sure.
like theory. It's like, well, maybe this was their kid, and he just kind of got left behind there, and was, you know, whatever, looking for his family, or, you know, I don't know, but who
Scary
knows?
stuff, man.
Yeah,
Holy
Dang.
shit.
what a downer.
No, that's a good
That's
story.
so-
Yeah,
that
that's
is
good.
crazy. Well,
guys.
call in next week with another one.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Daniel.
doing these.
We'll
Thank
see you on the
you.
Discord.
Bye.
Ugh,
Holy
Dang.
shit.
imagine. I can't
He always
imagine.
has good stories. He's a good storyteller.
Jake's coming in. I gotta plug in my computer. But say hi to Jake.
Jake.
Jake, he's still connecting to the audio. He's still connected to the audio. He is connecting to the audio.
Did not connect,
Did not connect
to
to
the
the audio. Jake?
Jake.
Jake?
Jake.
Jake from Van Nuys.
Connecting.
He's connecting
Jake.
again to
Hi.
the audio. Jake,
Can you guys
hi.
hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
now
Like
we
super
can.
delayed. Okay,
Hi.
How are you?
good. How are you guys?
Doing well, thank you. What's that
folded
jersey?
laundry?
What's up?
Ooh, it's the Clippers.
Yeah, because I'm from Buffalo, so I had to get a Buffalo Braves jersey.
Buffalo Braves.
So
Welcome.
I couldn't. I was gonna tell like an old like story that my dad told me, but today the craziest fucking thing happened at work. So I just have to tell this story.
Let's hear it. Wait, where are
Do
you
it.
calling
Why?
from?
Oh, I'm from Buffalo.
You're in
From
Buffalo.
Bright
Yeah,
and
okay.
sunny, bright and sunny, tropical Buffalo, New York.
Great.
Um,
Great.
So today I work at one of my jobs is working at a grocery store, and we have a second floor, which is basically like a dining area, and I'm pretty much like a waiter up there. So
Mhm.
you can order food downstairs. They send it up in a dumb waiter. I also talk with my hands, sorry, and I know I also sound like the love
Into it.
child of. I sound like the love child of Seth Rogen and Kermit the Frog. So
What? No, you do not.
I could hear
Love
Seth
child.
Rogen.
I've
Here's
gotten
Seth
it so
Rogen.
many times. Yeah. But so anyways, I'm basically like a food runner, waiter, busser type
Mhm.
thing at this point. So the owner of the store had told me like early in my shift, he's like, there's a sketchy kid that we like saw earlier. So like if you see him, just keep an eye on him. I was like, okay. So I saw the kid like 20 minutes later, and he was acting like super sketchy, just like walking around the upstairs area, and I just didn't know what he was doing. So I purposely was like cleaning a table near him, and he walks by me towards like the huge staircase to go downstairs, and all of a sudden I hear him start sprinting, and I turn around and I hear a girl like scream.
Oh
So
my god.
so he apparently like it. I don't know what the relationship was between him and the girl. She was one of my coworkers that works in the bakery downstairs, and I run towards the stairs, and he is literally like stomping on her, like in the
Oh
staircase.
my god.
So he had been waiting for her all day,
No.
and yeah, I swear to God, it was the most insane thing. So luckily our security guard was at the bottom of the stairs already, so he and another guy try to like wrestle the guy that did this, and the guy somehow gets away from them, so they did a terrible job. And at this point, I am just like so hyped up on adrenaline because I just saw that happen, and I chased the guy out of the store. He runs a block and a half down the street and turns into like the neighborhood or near the store, tries to hop a fence, and I was right behind him, and I literally I pulled him off the fence, he turns around, punches me in the face, and that's how I get this.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So, but I was so like just full of adrenaline and hyped up, and
Yeah.
I was furious with this kid because I saw like what he had just done. That I like,
Oh my
I'm not trying to
God.
sound like cool. I did not even flinch when he hit me because I was
No.
just like so like.
Wow.
When I tell
Good for
he
you
looked at
for
me like,
running after him.
I
Like
know,
most
that's
people would not do
amazing.
that.
Oh,
That's a
yeah.
huge
Yeah.
oh my God.
I wasn't even thinking. Like my mind just went blank, so I just chased
Yeah.
after him and got him. But when he hit me and I didn't move, he looked at me like he was gonna just pee himself. Like he
Yeah,
looked so
Right.
scared.
He thought you were some sort of monster.
And
Yeah,
you're a cyborg. You're
Yeah.
I'm a
Arnold
big, like-
Schwarzenegger.
That's what that went through his
I'm
mind. He went, "Oh my
6'5",
God, he's a
Terminator.
Yeah, I'm a really big guy. Like I'm 6'5". Like I'm a really big guy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Holy
he was
shit.
much smaller than me. So I put him in a headlock and waited for the security guys to catch up to me.
Nice.
They got him, and the police came and put him in cuffs. And I guess I overheard my manager say that like apparently the girl had like she did have a
She was
restraining
being
order
a
against
bitch.
him too.
Oh.
Apparently, the
deserved
girl was
it.
being a
A
bitch.
bitch and on her period. So,
Famous-
you know.
So you can't
You guys
blame him.
famously hate women, so
Yeah,
I
he was doing what he had to do. I don't know.
Sometimes a
but,
bitch needs to be
She
put
was
in her
acting
place.
up.
she is doing okay though. That's the most important part.
Thank
Like,
God.
So she
He
knew
was like-
him. So she knew him.
yeah, I yes, she definitely knew him. I don't know like
Holy
the exact
fuck.
relationship they had, but like I guess she
Wow.
had someone said she had a restraining order against him already. So
Oh.
if that's the case, like that dude's fucked. Like so
Yeah.
good.
Restraining orders are so scary to me because it's just a piece of paper that's like, please don't
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
this.
How many have you
He
gotten,
just-
Allie?
How many what?
Very funny.
Restraining
Maria
orders.
asked me how many.
I was asking Allie how many. They're so scary to Allie.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you're a
Like
hero
a piece
for
of paper is
chasing
gonna
after
stop
him.
me.
Yeah. So that wasn't how I was expecting to start my Friday, and
Jesus
I'm-
Christ.
I'm extremely
That's-
sore from having to just get into a dead sprint with this kid.
Well, that's awesome though, Jake. Like people are in the chat are saying you're a hero. I agree.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's good instincts. I mean, it's good instincts in like hero instincts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just wanted to make sure the dude isn't gonna hurt this girl anymore. So hopefully
You
he
sound like a hero at a press conference. You're saying, you know what? I
You
just
know what, it's just doing what I had to do, you know.
yeah.
won't. Doing it
But
for the
doing
minimum
any
wage.
other
Jesus.
you should
Well,
get a
also
raise.
thank you for working in a grocery store, especially during
Yeah.
this time. That's so
Yeah.
crazy. That's another thing that's so wild. What has that been like? Have you had any people like be super crazy or just like totally
No,
disrespectful?
we've gotten
of-
super lucky. Everyone has been, like actually
Okay.
followed the rules. We haven't had a single freak out. Or, like,
No
people
Karens.
That's awesome.
done
Great.
that. Yeah, no
No
Karens.
Karens.
No,
No
what's
Karens.
the equivalent? No Kyles. No Karens.
No Karens or
Yeah.
Kyles.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
we
That's
we
good.
just have a sign at the entrance that says "Please wear a mask," and like everyone's been following it, so it's
Wow.
that's
going
good.
really well.
Amazing.
Wow. Well, Jake, thank you for your
Yeah,
service.
thanks for that
you're
story.
You're one of the good
Yeah.
ones. And people say that you're a mix. Your voice is a mix of Rogan and Ray Romano.
I've definitely heard both of those before. Yeah.
I think that's more accurate than Kermit the Frog. Anyways, thank you so much, Jake. We really
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.
You too.
Wow, we got a real hero on
Golly.
the show.
Yeah.
You're
That's
a watch.
amazing. Like what? Like most people would just like not do anything. Just like let that guy run away. Like what am I like? That's crazy.
That is so fucking nuts, dude.
That's
People
cool.
saying good instincts and hot as hell. We got some good guys who listen to us, you know?
Yeah,
They're
we
really
do.
Nice, noble fellows.
Yeah, we do.
A noble fellow.
And
We've got
you know, for
hella
a
Heather coming
hating
in.
show, we'd get some misogynists in here, but no.
I think I have a booger.
Oh no. Are people buying things in the
I
in
don't
the
know.
I don't know. Oh, let me.
Oh yeah, we do. We got a sale.
That's
We
great.
got one sale
Yeah.
Ivy's
Oh my
coming
God.
in.
coming in hot.
Ivy.
Ivy's coming in hot. Oh, she got a little baby with her.
Oh, look at who's a doggy.
That's a little
That's
baby.
a good boy right there.
What's that voice?
That's my
No,
dog
that's
voice.
a good boy right there.
That's a good boy right there.
Ivy.
Hi, Ivy. Wait, we can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you. Hello? Hello?
While we're fixing that audio problem, I'll say thank you to Maria, Jeremy, Brian, Sarah, Rachel, P. Murray, and Dan Tana for their Venmos. We really appreciate it. You can Venmo me at Allison /hyphen or whatever.
No,
dash. Allison Siegel. You guys are dumb.
Ivy, can we hear you say something?
Uh-oh.
She's gone. She
She's
said,
logged up.
she heard my voice and she said, not worth it. I'm out.
No thanks, not for me.
Maybe she'll come back.
This is
Well,
not for
we'll
me.
let
No,
Rachel
thank
in.
you.
Rachel's coming in. Rachel?
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
You guys are all so cute. I've been watching you on YouTube, but it feels like real life.
It is. It is real life.
It's real life. Welcome. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Seattle.
Ooh.
Which is a very serial killery place.
Oh, yes, it is.
Lots of stuff happens here. So my mom, this is actually a two-part story, unrelated part. Two short stories. So my mom grew up next to the Green River Killer. And
ooh.
She grew up next to him?
Yeah, teenage, neighborhood, house.
Oh no.
But nobody knew who the Green River Killer was until he was arrested 20 years ago. But when we found out, my uncle, her brother, obviously was yeah, you don't remember Gary? And my mom's no clue. And he was a little older than she was. But apparently my uncle and he would were in a little bike gang in the neighborhood, and he came over to their house and baked cookies.
Oh my God.
Isn't that so weird? And my mom was was that the guy that came over once and he wasn't allowed to come over again? Because my grandma just got bad vibes and was he's not welcome anymore.
Wow.
Isn't that funny how people just
grandmas
get that?
know? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was real weird. And then my second story is actually a guardian angel story.
Yes.
Ooh,
Allie's
Allie's
favorite.
favorite.
Allie.
That reminded me of something. Okay, so before you get into that story, I'm going to if Erios will have me. I don't know. I haven't asked yet, but I'm going to start a podcast of guardian angel stories where each week I want someone to come on and tell me their story about a guardian angel, and then we'll
That's a
talk
great
about
idea.
it.
Yeah.
Thanks. You guys weren't into it last week.
Yes,
So
we were into it as soon as you said it.
I think it's a great idea.
So each week someone will come on and talk about their guardian angel story, and then maybe some week we'll be talking about angel numbers or stuff like that, because we're always interested about in the different archangels and things like that. So anyways, tell your guardian angel story, but then I'm going to need you to come on my podcast again and tell it on my podcast. But okay, what's your story?
So this is also my mother's story, but she's my mom, so it's also mine. When I have two older brothers, and when she was pregnant with me, the boys were still pretty little, 2.5 and 7 or 8 months old. We're all pretty close together. And my dad was out working, and she's just pregnant, overwhelmed. The baby had colic, would not stop crying, just completely over her head. Obviously, pregnancy hormones, just probably crying all the time. And we lived in a fairly secluded neighborhood. We didn't have super close neighbors. There's no sidewalks, anything like that, woods everywhere. And one day there's a knock at the door, and it was just this woman my mom had never met before. And the woman was like, "Do you need help?" And my mom was just this is the first person that had asked if she needed any help with like babies or anything, or like a break to like take a shower, anything. And so my mom was just like started crying, was like, yeah, I do. So this woman came in to our house. This is also like the 80s, so like things like this happened. And this woman came in, held my brother, rocked him to sleep, which it was like the first time he'd slept in like a day, like it was way past nap time. My other brother was napping. My mom took a shower, like laid down for a minute. And then when the baby was asleep, the woman came to my mom and said, I think it's time for me to go now, and left. And then my mother never saw her again, had no idea who she was not related to like any of our neighbors. Like she asked everyone, was like, was your mom in town? Was your sister in? Like nobody knew who this woman was. Never saw her again. And my mom swears up and down it was a guardian angel.
Holy
my
shit.
God.
That is
wild.
so
Yeah.
weird.
That is so bizarre.
Oh my God. That is crazy, dude. That is so wild. Oh my
Like a lot of
God.
parts of that story, like don't let a stranger into your house, but like with your babies and like leave them
It was the
unattended.
80s.
Yeah, it was the 80s. Who cares?
Yeah, who
Who
cares?
in the 80s?
She
Oh my
swears
God.
that it was just a guardian angel that like knew she needed a little bit of help to get through that day. And then after that, she like told my dad, she's like, I have to call my grandma. She has to come stay. Like I can't do all of this. And so like, I was like, sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
believe it,
awesome.
Rachel.
Well, Allie,
well,
you've got a guest. You've got a guardian
I've got
angel
a guest. And if you called in the last weeks, like there was David, then there was that woman whose boyfriend was left the 911 tape.
Oh my God, yes, last week.
And then there was someone who, when she was young, she saw a ghost on her bed, and then it turned out to be the ghost of like her boyfriend. Remember, who she dated when she was older?
No, wait, I don't remember that.
That's Allie.
Rachel,
that's not anything.
No. Okay, Rachel, we can release you, and then I'm gonna get into whatever.
You're free to go,
Rachel. No, okay. Remember, there was this girl.
Bye.
There was this girl when she was little. She kept seeing a ghost at the edge of her bed,
and it was her future boyfriend.
And then when she grew up, it turned out to be her fiance who had died.
Oh, I remember that. That was like
I'm not
2
crazy,
weeks ago.
right?
No, I remember that. I don't remember
Yeah.
the specifics, but I do remember that.
So
We've
those
got
people
three
need to email.
We've got 3 people in the waiting room. So this is Shea, and then we're gonna do keep in the waiting room, you guys, because we'll get to you.
Okay.
Hey,
Howdy.
Shea.
Hi, Shea.
How's it
How
are y'all?
going?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Or
I'm
the Shea Club.
surviving. It's going pretty good. We were gonna try to meet up this weekend, but I had previous plans.
Oh, in Houston.
That's right. I saw that on
right?
the Discord.
That
Yeah,
makes me so
Discord.
happy.
Follow along on the Discord. Yeah, I hope everybody that's in the storm zone this coming up week is gonna be.
Oh,
okay.
the 2 tropical storms?
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Like side by side?
Yeah, I mean it
That's
is all just
bonkers.
projections right now.
Sure.
But I mean, I was in Houston during Harvey, so that was fun.
Crazy.
There's a really
Yeah.
funny Onion headline that was like Hurricane Ashley.
Oh,
Hurricane Ashley like blows through New Orleans, and it's a picture of this girl.
My God.
Anyway, that always makes
I
me
feel
think
like
of
I've
that.
seen that. I feel like I've seen that.
I don't really have any other stories or anything, but I did start to notice something though. My Xbox
Uh-oh.
downstairs, well, my mom passed away in like 2011,
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
I have her urn on the mantle of the fireplace, which is right next to the Xbox. But like, it's been coming on at night at like 3 a.m.
And
like,
she's been playing like Red Dead
Mario
Redemption.
Kart.
it just turned on. She did play video games with me when she was,
Oh
around.
my God, she totally is.
But it was
wow.
weird because like I have literally just been like brushing it off because I have a beautiful dog and a curious cat. So I always was just all like, oh, one of them must have pressed the button in the middle of the night. And then, I wake up in the morning, go to work, and I'm like, oh, I got to turn off the Xbox. But then like a couple of days ago, I was all like, oh, the Xbox is on. So I go in there and I turn it off, and it immediately came right back on. And I was like, oh, they shouldn't be doing that. I've checked all my settings because it's an older generation and it was making noises a while ago. So I was all like, all right, it needs to shut down completely. It can't do the voice on anymore. Like to have it shuts down completely every day, but it comes on randomly, not every night, but a good amount of nights.
You know what you need to do, Shay, is you need to get like another controller and you just need to put it down. And then you need to do like a 2-player game and see what happens.
Oh no.
No joke. I bet that might be something. Try it.
Open Mario
so
Kart.
scary.
Give it a shot, Ski.
Yes, give it
Give
a
it a
shot
shot,
and then just
Ski.
let us know what happens.
That's wild.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Thanks for letting me come on again.
Thank you
yeah,
for being
thank
so. We
you.
appreciate you so much.
Yeah. Shay, it's
Alright.
great seeing you.
Discord.
We'll see you on the Discord. Bye.
Bye.
That's scary. I mean, it's nice, but
Wow.
it's scary too.
Yeah.
That is scary.
We got Matt. Matt's
Oh,
coming
Matt.
in.
Oh,
Matt,
Matt's back.
Matt's back.
Hello.
Matt's back.
I am
Matt's
back.
Who's
And
that
can you
with
hear me
you?
It's a frog.
It's a picture of a frog. But my dog is snoring next to me, so you might hear that. Here, Emma, come here.
Yeah, right. It's the
Yeah,
snoring
we got a
frog.
good girl.
This is who's with me.
Oh,
Hello.
that's a good dog.
Hi, that's a good girl.
Hi, that's a good dog.
Baby. So what's going on, Matt? How was
Yeah,
your
what's
week?
going on?
It was good, I think. Pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I do, quarantine, hair getting longer, beard getting longer. I think I need to get rid of it all.
Hot.
So I have a crime adjacent. Oh, sorry. I have a high school crime adjacent story for you.
Okay.
Let's hear
Okay.
it.
So this is my high school, Edmond North High School in Edmond, Oklahoma. So back in 2004, September, Mr. Spencer, who was a social studies teacher, was at home, and he took his dog for a walk, leaving his wife of 3 years at home. While he was gone, 2 masked men broke into the house. They pinned his wife down and restrained her with duct tape. So before the intruders could do anything else, Mr. Spencer returned home and took on both men simultaneously. So he's in this kind of he's in this epic fight.
He was a Jake figure.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in this, pretty epic fight with these 2 guys. While he's fighting them, his wife's able to kind of loosen herself and crawl over to the phone and call 911.
Wow.
So half of the on-duty police officers rushed towards the scene. Mr. Spencer continued to fight the 2 guys. He broke like a board over one of their backs.
Nice.
But both of them ended up fleeing the scene. The police arrived. Both Mr. Spencer and his wife were unharmed. So a search of the area worked. The police found the 2 intruders and arrested them. They were 2 students from Mr. Spencer's class.
Is this gonna end up being you, Matt? And Matt's gonna go, and
Matt,
one of them
what'd you
was
do?
me.
That's so weird. Why would they do that?
So
Why would you do that, Matt?
Yeah, Matt, why'd you do that?
Yeah. Why? The next morning.
Uh-oh.
So having been caught and captured 2 students, Mr. Spencer is told, hey, it's these 2 students of yours that have been caught. And he's like, oh, crap. So
he
Mr.
hired
Spencer
them.
felt that, yes, he did hire him. He called the police station and said that was a prank, and that he had paid 2 of his students each $100 to stage a home invasion, complete with a choreographed fight with a breakaway board.
What?
Why?
Because
What?
his marriage was failing. His wife had recently filed for divorce, and this was his desperate attempt to be a hero in her eyes. So
That's
her,
the saddest
her,
thing I've ever heard.
My
so her
God.
getting out of duct tape and calling the police was not part of the plan.
Look at Allie. She's thinking to herself, yeah, makes sense.
It makes total sense to me.
I know. I'm looking at your face and you're going like,
You
yeah,
saw this
good
a
for
mile
him.
away, which is weird
Yeah.
that you're like, oh, he hired them.
I know.
I was like,
Hired them.
what?
Last ditch effort. Way to be a hero.
So she wasn't supposed to call the police. He was
Right,
supposed
that
to
was
like.
he was fight him away, get him away, and then
But
like, he
wouldn't
was
she
kind
be
of-
like, let's call the police anyway?
right? And I think hopefully the
That's
idea
a
was
terrible
that they wouldn't they
Such a
wouldn't
good
contact the
plan.
police in soon enough time for them to be able to catch him.
She should have been too horny
but
to
it-
call the police. That was he was hoping.
No, that
But,
would
you
be
know-
the worst if you found out it was all fake. I mean, that would be really
Oh,
gross.
how embarrassing.
So
I
did they
like
end up
it.
getting that divorce, Matt, or was it?
You know,
smooth
so
sailing?
I believe the divorce happened, and I tried to find follow-ups to this because I remember this happening. It was a few years above me. It was my brother's class.
Wow.
The Trent Spencer is the teacher's name. He was
Wow.
charged with filing a false police report, but that's like the
Oh.
last detail I could find. I couldn't find any criminal complaint. And then
Was he
last
still
night when
teaching?
he maybe not at North. He was fired from Edmond North.
Oh.
And as far as I can tell, like I did some background check researches last night when I was trying to when I decided to tell this story today, and I can't find his information anywhere. So he's either scrubbed it pretty well, or
Wow.
it's some part of he had a really good lawyer and was able
Wow.
to get that
Wow.
sketched. So he was
That's
charged, but
crazy.
and he pleaded not guilty. But that's the last thing I know. And then the two students didn't face any charges, but they were suspended 3 days from school.
Have you thought about making this into a movie?
This is the second good story in a row for you.
I know. The Stranger was
so-
the first
Twist.
one.
You're good at twists.
There, a few years ago, maybe I don't know how many years ago this was, but someone who went to my school, I was in the class with his sister. His name was Kevin Costello. He's actually a writer on the new Tom and Jerry movie.
Oh.
I think wrote a story inspired by this. Like the crime was a bit more intense. It was instead of like a home invasion, it was like a kidnapping and stuff.
Right.
And John Hamm was attached to it for a while, but that kind of it was gonna be directed by some like ESPN guy, but it all kind of fell apart.
Wow.
So I knew that
Ham's
that was a
attached.
thing.
You think you're going to the stars,
think.
but
Yeah.
if he
think
gets
he
off
did,
that
yeah.
rocket, you're dust. You might as well just be dust.
Yeah,
So
so
it'll
it's
just
a
be
weird,
dust
like,
in the wind.
So there's definitely interest in this movie, but yeah, there's a more successful person in the industry from my high school who
Wow.
got to it first.
Wow,
That's
this
crazy.
is just crazy.
Well, Matt, head over to
And
the
inspiring.
YouTube chat because people are loving what you're bringing.
Good.
And thank you so much. Again, these are great stories.
great
You're a
stories.
great
yeah, keep them coming,
storyteller.
please.
What was that? Sorry.
She said,
You're-
keep them coming. He needed to hear it again.
All right, I'll try to.
You're
I'll
a
try to pull
great
something
storyteller.
Good, thank you.
One more time.
Bye, Matt. Thank you.
Bye, Matt.
Bye.
All right, we have one more caller in here who's been waiting. So we'll let
Sure,
Nick
we'll do
in,
one
and
more.
this will be our.
Oh,
Are you
Bubba,
okay,
you
Allie? Do you need to
ready
be
to go?
somewhere?
No, I'm just looking at my Bubba.
Nick?
Nick, you watching basketball?
Nick?
Is that the Clippers
I am
game
watching
on right
basketball,
now?
yeah.
Is it the Clippers game?
No, Celtics.
God damn it.
Are you in Boston?
I am in New Hampshire.
Second
Oh.
New Hampshire.
New
Second
Hampshire,
Hampshire.
69's Vermont.
Sure, I would.
That's right.
How's it going, Nick?
It's going great. How about you guys? It's great to meet you guys.
It's good
Great
to meet you, too.
Good.
We're big
fine.
fans of
How's
yours.
No, you're not.
Sure we
I
are.
would be.
I appreciate it. So,
Do you have a question, comment, concern, story?
well, I have a couple of shitty stories, and I'm looking for some advice too.
Oh, cool. Start with how whatever you want to start with.
So I have crappy ghost stories. I have sleep paralysis. It's kind of why I started listening.
Wow.
So the big reoccurring thing that happens to me is I'll have the sleep paralysis and I'll feel someone crawl into bed next to me.
No.
And I hear like whispering in my ear, and then I wake up. Yeah, it's terrible. So
what do they say? Do you know what they whisper?
Web crawlers.
I can never like understand it. It's just like
the earth is flat. My name's Mark Sargent.
No.
Yeah, gross stuff like that. Explicitly like that. Just like that.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Oh.
So, and I have a ghost story too, and I'm upset I don't have better ghost stories, but this is where the advice part will come in. But I usually go to sleep and I usually will be listening to a podcast with one earbud in.
Okay.
But recently I've been hearing a woman's voice in my other ear.
Are you sure that's Allie? That's not Allie? Just
the voice
I climb into everyone's beds at night.
So I started thinking maybe it's like someone in the background of the podcast I'm listening to, but I like rewound and it's definitely not. So
what?
That's weird.
It's a woman's voice. Once again, I can't hear it. It's definitely not sleep paralysis. I'm completely awake. There was
That's scary.
So there's a girl I went to high school with who grew up in the house I live in now. She got murdered a couple years ago.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, she got stabbed in the chest by her boyfriend.
Oh my god.
In the house?
Not in the house, but like I've talked to people about her and like this house is a big part of her life. I don't know if it's related, but it freaks me out. So
oh, that's weird.
Well, No, it's a crappy ghost story, but here's where the advice comes in.
It's not crappy.
So
okay, well, Amanda in the chat says, I hear voices when I'm falling asleep, and it's always just word salad. I don't know what that means.
Just like, yeah. Just like random word, just like sounds, like voices, like you're
no,
like
this is like I'm awake. I'm not like falling asleep. It's like I'm awake trying to go to bed, but there's
what?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're wearing a wedding ring though. Is it your wife?
No, it's not my wife.
Nick?
No.
So
my advice is,
what's your advice? Yeah, what's your question?
What I want is, I don't feel like I have good ghost stories, but I want to give my wife good ghost stories. So,
so what can you do to scare her?
I want to hire someone.
No, get Matt back on. Matt can tell you.
No, like I've already told her about this, so I can't do it. I saved me from myself. Like, just get someone in to take pictures of us with her phone while we're sleeping.
No.
And our kids.
And
I know it's a bad idea. I know it's a bad
no,
idea.
you know what you need to do, Nick? You need to go on a haunted holiday. Once COVID's over, you need to take, if you really want to go store, you got to go on a haunted holiday somewhere.
I just wish someone would have come up with this idea for me, so I would have something like this.
You got to be careful what you wish for, Nick. I mean, honestly.
You're going to invite some sort of demon into your home.
Like Pazuzu?
Yeah.
Yes. Don't say that.
Don't say
that.
Pazuzu.
Oh, yeah. What was that thing's name? Zuzu? Was that its name?
No,
Zozo.
Like Zozo.
No, it's
Zuzu.
Oh
my God forbid. I'm trying to find my stage and I can't find it. People are saying this is the wildest thing I have ever heard. This is one of our better.
I know it's a bad idea. I've already come clean about it. I've already admitted this was an idea to save me from myself.
Nick,
So,
if you want to go into the Web Crawlers Discord, we'll set up a new channel that'll be Nick tries to get a divorce from his wife by scaring her until she leaves him. And we'll get
It
people
didn't
to
work for Mr. Spencer, so it's not going to work for you.
Maybe like a GoFundMe or something. Maybe that would be better.
GoFundMe to scare
They're
your
saying don't do it, Nick. They're saying don't do it. This
Don't
is
do it, saying. Oh, Pazuzu was the demon from The Exorcist. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I
excuse
said.
me. Yeah, I thought
Oh.
you were. We were dealing in a long time ago. We
The
dealt with
Ouija
a
board.
demon, with a Ouija board demon who was
we
named
didn't deal with a
Zozo.
Ouija board demon.
We dealt with it.
We didn't deal with it. That was Melissa with a magnet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for your call, Nick. Don't emotionally traumatize your wife, please.
I'll try not to.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nick.
Bye. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's so
Literally
funny.
went from a call about a guy hiring someone to scare his wife to a guy who wants to scare
Wants
his
to
wife.
scare his
It's the
wife.
Matrix.
It's the Matrix,
Seriously,
baby.
man. Let me see if there's any more people to thank before we close out.
I'd like to thank my family, the academy. I'd like to thank
Kitty.
my dog and Melissa's kitty and Asher.
I would like to thank Elle and Alexandra for $5 and $2. We really, really appreciate it. It helps with our setup and Melissa's drama-free zone sign, and also with us like making the merch and stuff like that. So it's really helpful. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And since Melissa does all the editing and things like that of the shows, it helps with that and our research as well. So we really appreciate it. Anyways, thank you as usual for coming to our live show. Can't wait to see what happens next week. You
Who
know,
This
knows?
is so fun. This is always
I
so much
know.
fun to meet all of you and hear all of these stories.
it's like having plans with friends.
It is.
We're just like
Yeah, you know what it is.
It's like building a community. I wonder if
It
anyone
is.
popped over to the Alarmist live show.
That's
Oh,
not
is that
till next
happening?
week.
Oh, it's next week. Oh.
Oh,
And I think, but you guys, if you listen to the Alarmist, check that out. They're going to be doing a live show for the Alarmist. Maybe we could even do some sort of crossover. I don't know. It's just ideas. These are ideas.
Just spitballing.
so if you have a guardian angel story, please email me
God,
at
we've lost Allie.
Siegel-
She's gone.
Siegel, SEGEL.Allison, ALISON @gmail.com, or DM me on Twitter or on Instagram, because I want to have you on my new podcast called
Garden
Stupid.
Angels.
She thinks
Called,
everyone's against her.
my new podcast is called it's called Angelic
it called?
Encounters. It's called Angelic Encounters with Allison Siegel.
Oh, I like it.
Angelic Encounters.
Angelic Encounters.
Angelic Encounters. God help you if that's the name. Angelic Encounters.
Anyway.
Hosted by Angelica Counters.
Anyways, my dad just came home with some California Pizza Kitchen pizza.
God, just shut this off.
No. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton.
And I'm Maria Blasucci, producer extraordinaire. And this is Angelic Encounters.
It sounds so good. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.